Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Comicsgate Live, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver, 27-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media. Great to be with you tonight, and great to bring you my pal, John Malin. Hi, John Malin.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing, Ethan?
Well, I just woke up. I rolled out. Well, first of all, I worked all night last night, and then around noon we opened the pool. Even though it's a mess out there, the pool's not going to be ready to go into for like another 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
But we still opened it, and then I just drank. I don't know what it was. I got a Rockstar, poured a little vodka into a cup. And then I just watched Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. So one of you guys out there sent me, and this is the key to my heart. Don't send me anymore because it's okay. But somebody sent me one of those DVD sets of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis on TV. Martin and Lewis show, 54, 55, around that time. Those guys worked hard. And I put that on. It had the commercials intact, and just drank. And then suddenly woke up on the couch.
Did they film that live back in those days?
I think so. I think that's a live broadcast, You could tell because there are a few times where Jerry breaks character right before the commercial. Like, kind of like we do when we hit end broadcast. And then you see our faces for a split second go from this to...
a regular Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
He was the worst on Saturday Night Live.
Just, well, here's the thing about Jimmy Fallon. He...
Of course, Ethan freezes right when I stuff my mouth. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying not to...
would always kind of...
Okay,
mother effer. Okay. Oh, okay. I was just saying horrible profanity. I said, what were we talking about? Jimmy Fallon? Jimmy Fallon cannot stop laughing at his own jokes.
Right.
He's much different than me. I'm hilarious, and I keep a deadpan expression.
That's the trick.
Yeah.
I mean, because breaking character, especially on Saturday Night Live, it's like that's an easy laugh. Like you're going to get laughs when you break character. And what I found with Jimmy Fallon was he didn't really have any good jokes, good bits. I mean, he was always like Bacon of Saturday Night Live. He's just off to the side, an accessory. Overrated.
Yeah.
And but like even the good bits, like what was it, the more cowbell one? I mean, the only time you get a laugh is because he's breaking character, and you're like you're laughing at his awkwardness. And everyone mistakes that as him being funny.
It worked though. It worked for him. He built a whole career off of being terrible, at that kind of a thing, out of a lack of subtlety. I envy that. I'm too subtle, John. I'm far too subtle, and that's the problem. I went on Twitter and I blamed the lack of free comics, comic book day. Free comic book day was supposed to be Saturday. I blamed it on the SJWs. And
I feel like it's kind of their fault.
I mean, maybe in a way, maybe long term. Like when Free Comic Book Day doesn't come back next year, it's going to be because of SJWs. But this year, manifestly, the reason was because of COVID-19. Yeah. SJWs legitimately had a gripe with me when I blamed it on them on Twitter. I got a fellow who wrote me a note about it. He said,
it's like it would have been their fault anyways, but now they have this COVID-19 as a smokescreen.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. I mean, that's definitely another thing. It's like COVID-19 is really their saving grace right now. It's kind of put off. It's put off their what would you call it?
Accountability.
Accountability. Yeah. So I got this nice note in my email from a fellow named Dylan. It says, "Ethan, you're a fucking idiot. Free Comic Book Day wasn't happening because of SJW. It was because of a fucking pandemic," in all caps. Which is good.
All caps.
All caps. See what I mean? I mean, that was right at my heart.
Jab.
He says, "You, Renfamous, SJW, Spider-Man, and everyone pro and against Comicsgate are ruining the comic industry." So that's everyone. if you are ambivalent about Comicsgate, I guess that's the way the comic book industry survives. I felt sorry for your kids when they get older, when they make a Twitter and see how much of a sad, pathetic piece of shit their father is,
and are forced to stuff poster tubes.
Yeah, don't you think they can see that now? Like, they live with me. They don't have to go on Twitter to see how sad and pathetic I am. They live here. They know it better than anyone on Twitter. Some of you guys, I put on a mirage here. There's a facade. This is showbiz, John.
Right.
Not every
insane.
Right. I mean, you see this and you go, "Oh, look at this razzle dazzle." This is what superstardom looks like. But no. In fact, at home, I am, it's like you see Knight Rider and you're like, oh man, God. That guy's what a cool guy. You see Baywatch, what a cool guy.
David Hasselhoff, yeah, hero.
And then you see him at home and he's like drunk, stuffing a hamburger in his face, vomiting, cursing at his daughter, shirtless.
That's you.
That's me. But you know what? That's me here too. You know what I mean? That's me. To be fair,
that's true. Yeah.
That's me on the internet as well.
It seeps out once in a while. Yeah,
cursing. Eating steaks with my bare hands, screaming at Liam. Well, I did today. I went on Liam's show and I screamed. What was I screaming? Oh, I told him to shut the fuck up. Like the minute I got on his show, I started screaming.
Can we see it?
I don't know.
Embarrassing. We don't want to embarrass anybody.
I don't want to embarrass me. I mean, that's not what I do here. I embarrass other people.
Right.
Embarrassing myself is incidental, John. I don't seek to do it.
Well, what got you so irate?
Just
with
the
poor
volume.
little helpless Liam.
Just the volume on my mic was too loud. That's all. So when I said shut the fuck up, I meant it literally. Like, it's not that you need to stop saying what you're saying, even though that's stupid too. I just mean stop saying it so loud.
Stop screaming.
Right.
The volume's too loud.
Exactly. Oh my God, so much noise in my head. Fuck all of you for something that's my fault, which is how I go through most of my life anyway, lashing out at people for things that are my own fault. And this guy ends his letter by saying, fuck everyone and fuck you. I don't, you know what? Here's the thing. If everyone is getting fucked,
right.
Okay.
A lot of shrapnel there.
Yeah. Like fuck everyone and fuck. Okay. F everyone. F you.
Yeah. His friends, his family, his mom, dad. I mean, narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? If you're pointing your fingers, when you're pointing 7 billion fingers at the world, there's always one pointed back at you.
Right.
Every time you point, 7 billion.
Pink, one in the stink.
Yeah.
That's life.
And that one is you, John. When you're doing it, when it's 2 in the pink and 1 in the, that one is you. You're the stink. You're the stink. So in any case, I fell asleep on the couch, came upstairs to bed. Andrea said, "Did you fall asleep on the couch drunk?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Okay." And I went to sleep, woke up at 9.
Wait, didn't she accuse you just like a few days ago of being her newly alcoholic husband?
Yes. Yeah.
I think she might be telling you something, Ethan.
Summertime and living is easy. Yeah. So, I mean, that just goes to show, John, that is, my family sees it a lot better than the internet.
You're passing out in public places.
Jude Vanillian's got it exactly right here, by the way. Jude is what a great statement here. If everyone is effed, no one is effed.
We're doing all right then.
Andrea had to open this. This came in the mail today. This is my Tupac Shakur Bling Blazao shirt. I was gonna, I have my I was trying to find a baseball cap that I was gonna wear, and I found my black one that says "kill" across the top. And I was going to wear it just because it was convenient. And then I just thought, I can't do that. Like, yeah, that's making a statement that I don't necessarily want to make. Yeah. Necessarily.
He was next level when he was in Digital Underground, then everything went downhill.
What? I only know that California love song. Dun, 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 dun.
No, the Humpty Dance is your chance.
That's not him.
Yeah, he used to be a backup dancer for him. There was a movie, I can't remember what it's called. Chat help me out, where Dan Aykroyd is a judge and John Candy plays several roles, I think. Chevy Chase is in it. They all go
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, Chevy.
It's
Chase
Chevy. Chevy's the car manufacturer.
Okay,
Like Chevrolet.
Chevy Chase is in it, and
Chevy Chase is what happened to
Nothing But
O.J.
Trouble.
Simpson.
Okay, Nothing But Trouble. Anyway, so before they go in front of the trial judge, Digital Underground, I think that's what they're called. Digital Underground comes up, and the Humpty Dance guy, the guy with the nose and whatever, but Tupac is there too, because he used to be with Digital Underground.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
The Humpty Dance is what? How does that go?
Here's your chance to do the hump.
To do the hump?
Yeah.
The hump.
My name is Humpty. Pronounced with the umpty.
You know, I always thought that, you know, that word humping was you know, in the 80s, people used to say that, like, hey, yeah, man, I'm gonna hump that girl.
Hump that girl.
It just seems like something a dog does.
You know what I thought it was always weird?
What?
That when people applaud, it's the same sound of having sex.
It is?
Yeah. So think about that. Every time people are applauding and clapping in a crowd, you know, for someone on stage, they're mimicking the sounds of intercourse.
Okay, I'm done.
All right.
That was great, John. I never thought of that. What?
You know why the ocean is salty?
Because it's mad about Trump.
Fish cum.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's why, you know, that's an old joke, but W.C. Fields said, I'm not drinking any water because fish make love in water. I don't think fish make love.
Just think about that. Every time you guys go to the ocean and you get that salt running down the back of your sinuses and down your throat, like, it's not just salt, guys. It's fish cum.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. Kill the fish.
I'm never going to the beach again.
Hashtag Clean Water Act.
Clean Water Act by killing the fish.
Mm-hmm. People are complaining about plastic in the ocean again.
Who's complaining about that?
Every time I see a sea turtle, I stuff a straw up its nose. I don't have time for that. You know how big the ocean is? Huge. Like 75% of the planet.
Most of the planet is the ocean. That's what they say. Most of it is, like, it's actually 77% is the ocean. So, you know, when you see a sea turtle, you're shoving a straw up the sea turtles. For
why
what
not?
purpose?
There's plenty of them.
Plenty of what? Turtles?
Sea turtles.
Well, there are plenty of people too, but you don't walk around shoving straws up people's noses.
It's just making a point.
Except, well, okay. All right. Well, you know, John, I would encourage you not to do that. I would encourage you not to harm wildlife. We don't have that many sea turtles. They're going extinct. Most animals are, from what I understand. Tigers are going extinct. Sea turtles are going extinct. And we can't spare any of them.
Every time they say something's going to extinct, 10 years later, it pops back up. And you're like, I thought they were dead.
Yeah, you're trying to hammer it down. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to ecology, you're playing whack-a-mole with entire species, and they keep popping back up again. You know?
Yeah.
Preserving, you know, where are the good ones? Like, the dinosaurs are gone, John. The dodos are gone.
Are they gone, or did they just go to Hollow Earth?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't believe in that Hollow Earth stuff.
Some people do. Some people do.
What's Hollow Earth?
It's you can go through cave systems like in Missouri, and you go into inner Earth, which has its own sun, its own opposite gravity. The Nazis are there, dinosaurs are there, dodos are there. That's why everything keeps popping back up.
So inside the core of the Earth, there, that's where Nazis and dinosaurs are. That's bitchin'. That is crazy cool.
According to some scientists.
Some scientists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to argue with science ever
Right.
at all.
Checkmate.
Exactly. Speaking of which, Jawbreakers, Grand Bazaar.
Wow.
Scientifically proven fact that your boy Zack rocks it.
Mm-hmm.
This is his third Jawbreakers graphic novel, his first one. Still the best.
Did that just jump $3,000?
Just in this 1 second. As soon as I mentioned it, it jumped $3,000.
That's incredible.
That's the power of Comicsgate Live. You understand?
Hell yeah.
Trademark.
No, I've seen the power, man. I remember I think a couple campaigns doing $40,000 a night. One of them might have been Graveyard Shift.
Maybe. I mean, possibly.
Yeah.
But this is Comicsgate Live, trademark, copyright Ethan Van Sciver 2020. Yeah, I mean, we have the power to let people know about comics, sell comics. By the way, the other night we made fun of Zack for his trailer, which was, interminable.
Mm-hmm.
His trailer went on for a long time, and
some people said, "Give me cancer."
Well, I felt bad about it. Like afterwards, I was like, "Why am I making fun of Zack? Like, I actually like Zack. I don't want to roast Zack, even though that trailer was horrible." He wrote me a note and he just said, I took your criticism. He's like, I've got a new idea for how to promote my comics, and I'm whacking it down to 5 minutes. So 5-minute trailers.
Well, I don't know. I guess that's a start. I feel like he didn't really take your criticism because your point was to get it to like 2 minutes.
No, my point was to get it. My point was this. Here's my point about salesmanship. First of all, people already kind of generally have an idea, a notion that whether or not they are going to buy a product. When I go into the supermarket, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to buy a pie.
Mm-hmm.
I could, like, if I see a pie that I like, I'm going to buy it. Now all I need is I just need the visual. I mean, if you write "this pie is delicious" on the pie itself or next to the pie, or if there's any extra motivation, like this pie is on sale, even though it was cooked 5 seconds ago, I am going to be pushed over the edge, and I'm going to buy that pie.
Whoa,
you okay?
Yeah, sorry, that was my plate. I would kind of, with that scenario, I'd almost say it would be like getting a pie, and you could have a label, and the label would be like "big delicious pie," and it's awesome. Or you could have a label where it's all fine print and it's about 10
and
paragraphs.
I'm reading, and it's like, I'm already sold. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the pie. Just 3 words. This pie delicious. I forgot 4 words. This pie is delicious. 4 words, and I'm buying the pie. So Zack is like, I got to just keep piling information on people and letting people know how I feel about everything. And these are reasons to do live streams. And I invited Zack to come on tonight. I hope he does. I haven't sent him the link yet, but I better do that. And in any case, really all you need is 30 seconds, and I tell people 1 minute is pushing it. 30 seconds is really all you need. 1 minute is pushing it. 3 minutes is, look, this is really funny, clever animation, like Scotty Richard Studios. Just make it.
Yeah, I think mine are about 2 minutes.
Oh, really?
But I hear your point.
Yeah, people already know.
I think of it like a song. If you can carry it well over that whatever course of time it is, and keep it interesting with highs and lows, and it's all in that final execution of it. But if it's a lot of errors or air and just boredom, then you got to chop it down. But even 30 seconds of boredom is, that's still crap too. So you want it to be good.
Well, look, here's all I'm saying. Oh, hey, Kelsey. Kelsey's here. Kelsey, come on in here. Why won't you? Kelsey will not do any work anymore. He considers work to only be drawing comics.
This is Jack Show time, and we can't even get him in here for the Jack Show anymore.
What is Kelsey up to? Kelsey just sits in the chat making fun of people like the 2 old men from the Muppet Show. Jim Henson and his son. Why won't he come in here and do a little bit of work and be a part of the show? I don't understand. It's not meant as criticism.
Waldorf and something.
You know, Kelsey, when I say F you, it's not meant as criticism. It's constructive. It's not meant to be rude, Kelsey. When I say F you, get in here and do some work with us, your friends.
Yeah. Get in here.
Well,
it is.
It's it's constructive criticism. You know, Kelsey, like was mentioned before, if everyone's effed, then no one is effed. Now, here's what I wanted to say, John.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say some people can sell a book that doesn't even exist yet, that doesn't belong to them, and do it in just seconds. And this is what happens. People say, "Oh, Ethan has an idea. Let me take his idea before he even puts it down on paper." You know, look at this.
Right.
Here we go. This is the trailer for Rainbow Brute that doesn't exist yet and that I didn't approve of, and yet it looks pretty good. Here we go.
Just a rainbow in the dark. Yeah.
Now wait a second. Hold on a minute.
Whoa.
You see the problem here? See the problem?
Yeah, they shrunk your font.
Well, I mean, they put me last. They put me in letterer position here, you know.
That too.
I'm the letterer. Cecil is creator, artist, Ritter, artist.
No, Cecil's the writer. Ritter is the artist, colorist, and Van Sciver is the letterer.
Yeah. It's my idea.
Shit.
The book's mine.
Yeah, that's a good example of what, 30 something, not even 30.
I hit it at 30. That's it. 30 seconds. Either you're in or you're out at this point.
It had punch. It made me laugh. It's Ronnie James Dio. He wrote that song because he said he's always felt like a rainbow in the dark.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. He died.
Kelsey's here. Kelsey, I'm sorry for saying F you. I apologize. I take it back only because you're here. Hi.
Well, I was. That's why I'm here. I mean, I was taking it back. I'm sorry. What?
The BBC waving in front of your, dangling in front of your face. What's going on?
What are you talking about?
It's moving in a very.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
British Broadcasting Company.
Yeah.
It's probably.
It's moving in a very suggestive way. I mean, that's what John's.
Maybe it's just a little too dark. There we go. It's just a microphone.
Oh,
sometimes the microphone is just a microphone.
Yeah.
You know. Here's what 7 of 9 has to say. 7 of 9 has ranked us. Yeah, according to that, that's what you would think, but that's not true. That's not true. You know. Kelsey, did you see that Rainbow the Brute trailer?
What? No, I missed this.
See, the problem with this camera angle is that the microphone is where my penis would be, where I stand. Where I standing in that position and looking down on Kelsey.
How can we do this? No,
I don't know, dude.
It's got to be like hanging.
Oh, everybody's better than me now. Everybody. Mussolini is better than me now. Cecil, Kyle Ritter, Mussolini, Van Sciver.
Yeah, I forgot those.
Who's
Cecil is supposed to be writing that, right?
Yeah.
Or co-writing or whatever it is.
But his fans are going to kick him right out of that gig. You know what I mean? If Cecil's going to be a credit hog, I have a very fragile ego. You know, I'm like 50,000 Betty Davises. You know, I will demand a bigger trailer, and I will have my co-stars fired, executed. Right. You know, very fragile ego, Kelsey. Mm-hmm. Kelsey, you're muted. Kelsey, you're still. Oh, there you are.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like it's like riding a bike, man. I'm getting right back on this live streaming shit.
I love it, man. I'm really glad. I'm like happy to see Kelsey. If you're happy to see Kelsey in the chat, please hit 1. Let's give 1 to Kelsey in the chat. Wow.
I love that when Kelsey had like just that itty bitty busted mic. He was always holding it up to his mouth, and now that he's got like an actual sit down mic that can pick up his voice from a distance away, he's still holding it like right up to his mouth.
No, but look at me, I'm chilling, man.
Is that resting on your belly?
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, look at that big giggle. Oh man, we're gonna get struck. This is X-rated, man.
Kelsey, I'm happy that you're here. Congratulations. Tomorrow, worldwide. Tomorrow, worldwide, your book, Nora's Saga, is going to be in Walmarts. I don't know if it's worldwide. It's at least nationwide, probably Canada too. I don't really know, but 3,000 Walmarts.
Those Walmarts in Guam are really going to luck out when they get our comics.
Well, I mean, do they have Walmarts in Guam? Do they?
Right? I mean, the Philippines? No.
Filipino Walmart. You know what? They don't even have aspirin in South Africa. Did you know that? They don't have that shit. They don't, or rivers. Rivers.
What do they do? Like slap each other in the head, or like how do they get rid of?
I don't know what they do.
Rub some tussin on it.
When I was in South Africa, my then wife, Hunter's mother, was sick and needed aspirin. You know, and they went, aspirin, what? And we went to drugstores. It was a whole fiasco. They didn't know what we were talking about.
You mean cocaine? Oh, yeah, we have plenty of that.
That's what they got. They chew on tree bark, says Necro Spike. Yeah, it's straight. You got to get used to other cultures. You know, you got to get used to their privation. I mean, we have it all here.
Used to me.
Yeah, this is America. Goddamn.
Get used to us.
Yeah,
I like that attitude.
We're fucking this cat. They're just holding the tail. That's what my drill sergeant used to tell me.
All right, let's go through some of this stuff. I was pointing out this before, but I was rudely interrupted by Rainbow the Brute. Jawbreakers Grand Bizarre graphic novel. Link is in the description. We're promoting Zack today. Want to get Zack to $1 billion. Want to do it now. So,
whoa, with a B?
Yeah, with a B.
Nice.
Well, I mean, that's, you know, who's gonna top that ever? You are, John.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I'd get you to $2 billion.
If the fans will it, then perhaps I will.
I always say this, like, you know, and it really does bring everything down to earth. You know, I'm like, if everyone in the world would just give me $1, you know, I would have $7 billion. Think about that. If everybody in the world, that means even infants.
You know what's great about that is in some parts of the world, like $1, I mean, that's like, you know, weeks or a month wage. So that's like their last dime. And they're giving that to you. That's special. That's love.
It's the least they could do. You know, Vicky Verse said, Ethan Van Skyverse says that $1,500 isn't very much money. Well, that's more than 10% of Americans make. She means kids. You know what I mean?
Like, if I had my way, we put them to work.
In the old days, that's what we would do. You know, we would put those kids to work. You know, and what do you think things were like in the Dust Bowl days? You know, in the Dust Bowl days, if you had children, that was great. I mean, you know, that's more people to put on that like giant wheel that churns the butter. You have kids walking. This is what I think happened.
Wheel of pain.
Yeah. You get kids on a giant hamster wheel, and they, you know, they're wearing rags, and they walk it, and then it does some menial task, like it just churns butter.
Yeah, but you're not going to wear your good clothes while you're on the wheel of pain.
No, of course not. You know, you wear work clothes, which are you know, Dickensian rags.
You can't hear me.
No, I can't hear you, Kelsey. You keep muting yourself.
We called that character building back in the day.
That's what my dad used to say. He used to say it builds character.
Pain builds character. It's true.
I have no character. I've never experienced pain in my life. It's been a cakewalk.
Look, we bring back child labor, and we get rid of minimum wage. Sorry, but if you want jobs back from China and India and all those other third world crap countries that we don't like, you got to get rid of minimum wage.
Minimum wage? Get rid of it?
Yeah, just throw it out the window.
Well, tell me what you mean by that. You want to make so people can get even less money, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But we have more workers because now we have kids in the workforce.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it fixes drop that unemployment rate.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to compete. Everyone's got to work. Hand over fist. Every penny, every dime you should be bleeding for, really.
We got to put our kids to if it was the Dust Bowl. If it was the Dust Bowl again. Here's what I miss about the Dust Bowl, Kelsey. Giant jackrabbit invasion.
Oh.
Giant jackrabbits. Yeah, well, yes, you would think so. But anyway, giant jackrabbits and other pestilence invaded. Once the dust comes, and the dust is coming back, I promise you. Once the dust comes, that's when other creatures take over and inherit the world. Let me show you what I mean by this, John. You might not be aware. We talk about history on this channel.
Mummy dust.
Jackrabbit drives. Okay, watch this.
Oh, are they banging?
During the operation of
The good old days here.
It looks like people.
2 million jackrabbits.
I call this the grapes of joy. You know what I mean? Like this is for me, this would be wonderful. The grapes of joy, not the grapes of wrath, John.
Hard times make hard men make good times time makes weak men.
Yes.
13 counties in western Kansas.
Look at them.
It has been estimated that a single
Smiles on their faces.
worth of damage in a normal year, and that desperate for food.
There they are. Look, it's Bunny Land.
Oh man,
you gotta love this. Look how cute they are. What's the problem? Bunny Land. Now they're doing damage. They're saying I don't see them doing damage. I see them having fun. Get them.
Yeah.
This is this is what you put your kids to work doing. You beat them with baseball bats. I guess that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I've had to do that to a rabbit one time.
Oh, look.
Mm-hmm. He'll get what's coming to him.
She's grabbing his ass. Stop squeezing his asshole.
Little creep. You little Jeffrey Dahmer.
Look, holding him by the legs. Let him go. Let him go.
No, he caught him.
I got away.
Yeah.
You stand here and hold this rabbit. Oh, there we go. That's a lot of rabbits. Oh.
All they're doing is catching them to pet them. That's really
They're
nice.
petting them, yeah. Smoking a cigarette like the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
These were better times. It was just free bunnies.
Yeah, they're just relocating them. Look at this.
Grabbing them by the ears?
Yeah, rabbits like that.
They're used as food. 1935, that's good to know. That's good to know. They're killing them and eating them.
Oh.
Have you ever eaten a rabbit?
Terror train.
While it would seem from this that all the jackrabbits in the world had congregated in the western part of the state of Kansas, there are numerous neighboring states in which rabbits of any kind are
Ship that rabbit truck out of here.
There were enough here, however, for anyone who cared to participate.
Yay, we did it.
Hey, mass murder.
To become the propagators of their kind.
Eat it, bunnies. All right, so that's
They'll get what's coming to them.
Yeah.
The rabbits.
I'm hoping that happens again, but like with frogs.
Wait, a mass roundup of frogs for execution, Ethan?
No, I wouldn't execute them. If frogs were jumping around my yard the same way those bunnies are jumping around, I'd just be out there like in my underpants laying on the ground. It's like, come get me, frogs. Enjoying it. Why is Kelsey's microphone always muted?
Because he keeps hitting the mute button.
And then leaving. Yeah.
He did his part.
I appreciate him. Don't get me wrong.
Got a couple jokes out of him.
Couple of jokes out of Kelsey. And then, he's going to take a breather. Gonna take a nap. He'll be back a little bit later. Everybody who came here to listen to Kelsey, understand. He needs rest. He needs his rest. I'm sending Zack the link just in case he wants to come in here in a little bit.
Yeah. We should appreciate just having Kelsey's avatar here.
I do. Where's Cecil?
That's more than we normally get out of Kelsey.
Kelsey doesn't even. By the way, he's made the Jack Show into the Jack Show with just a C. Like Kelsey's gone, and the Jack Show just becomes the Jack Show when he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that he's an extraneous consonant, but like we still, you know, presumably fans still want to see him there. You know, he thinks he's like, it's still the Jack Show just because I'm not here. I'm just a K.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but he is a pretty essential component to that. He just doesn't, I don't know, appreciate that fact. It's like a high wire act, you know, like where they're swinging from one to the other, and then you know the one person goes, they leave their little swing. Kelsey is supposed to be there to catch them, and you look at this other swing and it's just hanging still because there's nobody on it. There's no Kelsey there.
Yeah, I guess so. When Kelsey doesn't show up for a Jack Show, if you want to use the high wire act, it reminds me of being like a Wallenda brother and falling off of the rope. I mean, you've seen that footage where, I mean, that's the worst thing. Like he's doing a tightrope walk, and that's bad enough. Like there's no reason to do a tightrope walk. Who gives a shit? We've seen it.
Yeah, use the sidewalk, asshole.
Like I'm gonna walk from you know, one World Trade Center building to the next. Well, I mean, no, you're not anymore. But I mean, you were at one point. And then
you're compacted on the concrete.
Yeah, that's got to be your last thought. I don't know if you've seen that footage. Like that one Wallenda brother, he slips, and the first thing that happens is the wire catches him right in the balls. You know, because I mean, that's you slip and you go boom, boom, and then a wire right to the balls, and then inevitably gravity makes you go and fall down, and then you're falling. So you're going all the way down. You're going, oh my ball.
I don't know. I think the shock would take care of any pain in the balls when you're realizing that you're falling at, you know, nearly 100 miles an hour.
At that point, are you like, why did I do this?
Yeah. What would be your last kind of thought? Self-preservation, or are you really thinking about your family?
You're thinking, why did I do that? I think that would be my last thought. Like, if I'd be like, what did I do that for? Here's what I would be thinking. I could be thinking, I could be home drunk on the couch watching Martin and Lewis. And instead I did this stupid shit. And now I'm falling to my, and then it'd be over. Because I'd only have time to think that much stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
it's probably better for my family that this happened now. I've been wasting their time because I'm a failure.
Why would you say that? That's not true. You're not. I wouldn't say that.
They put in all that work. They put in all that work to be a high wire act, and then you died. I mean, you had 30, 40, 50 more years, you know, in the Ford factory. Could have made that money, been alive, lived your whole life. You're a loser. The moment you die on a dangerous stunt, you're a loser.
Yeah, this is the thing. Richard Cahill says, my thought would be I never got my Red Rooster. You know, your boy Zack always says Comicsgate should sell comics to people on death row. And I agree with him, you know.
Death Row Records.
They'll never know they didn't get their comics. You know, that's the whole thing. We want to sell to everyone, especially people on death row. I never got my Red Rooster, but I'm going to go get a copy of everything I bought. They sent me everything down here. I've got a nice package. Should I show you, John? Should I show you? Maybe this will. Okay, hold on.
Nice package.
I meant a package of comics, John. For goodness sakes. This is what Kelsey is not listening right now, but this is what the Brightwazzer sent me.
Ninja Turtle mask. That's Raphael.
I think it's a Red Rooster mask. How big do they think my head is?
I don't know. Is that what Red Rooster's mask looks like?
Yes.
I'm looking it up.
It's hard to get your hat to be straight when you're looking on the camera because it's like not a mirror, so you're messing with the wrong side of your hat.
Oh, I know. Drives me nuts. Red Rooster does not have a red mask. He has a white mask and a red rooster tail on his head.
Then why did they send me this mask? Just to make me look like an idiot?
Raphael, Ninja Turtle.
By the way, I said, how big do they think my head is? And this is perfect. It fits perfectly. You know, that's a wake-up call, John. That's a wake-up call.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the Allegiance bundle. I'm going to open this now. Allegiance Comics. You didn't get one. They sent it just to me. They wrote me a note.
Wasn't nice.
They wrote me a note, a personal thank you for all the things that I did for them. You didn't get one, John, because you didn't do anything for them. You didn't help them. You didn't help Kelsey.
Yes.
You didn't help Blake like I did. You didn't help Kevin Grievous.
Grievous, right. I believe is how it's pronounced. Grievous.
Grievous?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I used to say Griveau, and I think it's Grievous.
Okay, I'm going to take this
like
up.
General Grievous.
General Grievous?
I could be wrong. I mean, I'm wrong about Huerta, so.
It's Huerta. That's how to pronounce it. It's Huerta.
Huerta. Well, you're hawking up a loogie. It's gross.
Richard
Pick
said,
age, dude.
Your boy Zack said, I'm on the road right now. Yeah, I know, but you said, oh, wait, hold on.
On a road.
I'll be in town late tonight, and then for a week or so. I always feel like on a show. Wait a second. Yeah, but Zack, if you're watching right now, you said, I'm on the road, but I'll be in town late tonight. You said, I always like coming on your show. All right, so, okay, maybe I misread that or misunderstood. He's like, I'm on the road. All right, so this is the Allegiance bundle. Let me open. It's like Christmas, John.
I wouldn't know. I don't have one.
Christmas?
A present from Allegiance Arts, from AA.
Whoa, this is more books than I thought I'd be receiving. This is Red Rooster. I got a copy of Red Rooster.
It'd be funny if they sent you 12 books, one for each step.
12 step?
AA.
Oh, AA. Oh, that's good. I like that. You could tie those two things together. Allegiance Arts and Alcoholics Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a friend of Bill W? How about Mitch B? How about Kelsey S?
Yeah.
So this is the Red Rooster Founders Edition.
Discover
a hero in everyone. I got that. I got Nora's Saga. Like Kelsey Shannon.
Be nice if Kelsey was here to say something about it.
Indisposed.
See, that's what I'm talking about. How you just went on that little trapeze thing. Bloop.
Yeah.
And Kelsey wasn't there.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there at all. Yeah. Smart John, slow Ethan. John is like, this is weird. I mean, John's like the Jew on Christmas.
That's how I feel.
The Jew.
Why can't I get something? Just because I had 9 other things before?
There we go. Yeah. Hey, backers, there's your money at work. Comics and masks for Ethan. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You might not have gotten your comic, but I did get a mask out of it. So I appreciate that. Bass Reeves. It's good, I guess. Futurists. This one looks great, John.
Yeah, the Futurist cover. I love it.
Red Rooster #2. Just kidding. This is Red Rooster. Another copy of it. Another copy of Nora's Saga. Another copy of Bass Reeves.
Redundant.
And a redundant copy of the Futurist. Yeah, I have 3 copies of everything now because I backed the campaign. I don't know if this is
Oh, here's the guy to promote his book that we just spent 10 minutes discussing, and we're done now.
No, I can start over again. I mean,
Is that my book?
Yes, sir. This is Nora's Saga.
Pretty good, right?
Well, it is good. This is Nora's Saga.
I made that myself.
This is the $4.99 edition. Is there a bigger edition? Or they're all the same? Did they print a different?
Well, they have like you mean for the IGG thing. That has the Founders Edition on it, and I think it has a few extra. I don't know, but it's unique, one of a kind. There's only like 1,000 of them, so there's like a one of a kind.
I got one of them. Like I'll have you know. This is great artwork by Kelsey Shannon. Kelsey, you really are good, man.
I know.
You really are. I mean, you really are good.
Thank you.
I love your work.
Believe it or not, I really do try.
Do you really?
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
That's why you don't see me a lot. I'm off here trying. Isn't that great?
I thought you were good because I always wrote you off as not trying. I'm like, for a guy that doesn't try, he's all right.
That's what I wanted to. That's when you said I really do try. I was like, you want to say that? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Walk that back.
Dang it.
Be like, imagine if I tried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that should be your whole attitude.
I cannot be disingenuous. I try.
Hang out here a little more, and you will.
Yeah.
Learn. We'll teach
you. Gotta teach me the ways.
Yeah.
Teach you the ways of douchebaggery.
Hey, I want to pimp Eric Weathers' book, Battle Brick Road.
Did that launch today? When is that? When is that out?
It launches Friday, but he's got a link out there now where you can sign up for his newsletter and you get a free trading card.
I signed up for it already, and I signed up for Graveyard Shift 3.
Wow. Thank you. Appreciate that. Get on the mailing list, everybody.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
It also has a foil trading card. And I was thinking, because I'm like, sounds like everybody's doing like these foil trading cards. I might have to do something new. Might have to add something else in there.
Like scratch and sniff.
People like it. People like those foil trading. People like trading cards. I'm finding my trading card promotions going great. I mean, everyone's excited about. Everyone likes getting something free in the mail from a YouTuber. They like it, I mean, you wouldn't want to get something free in the mail from Boogie 998, but
an envelope of pubic hair.
Yeah, you don't want that, but I mean, you could want something, from me, sure, from John. Getting a nice trading card in the mail kind of makes your day. Kind of puts a little bling in your on your Tupac t-shirt. Puts a little bling on your Tupac shirt. It puts a little smile on your face and a spring in your step.
John, I'm curious. Speaking of
curious.
Speaking of pubic hair, do the curtains match the drapes?
Everything matches this. All my hair has darkened except for my eyebrows. That's a little TMI, but now you know, Kelsey. I hope you sleep better.
Kelsey had questions. Kelsey had a few questions. Now, let me just run through these. We're going to talk about a couple things tonight. We're going to talk about Trump is Yoda. We're going to talk about Shane Davis and I don't know, fighting some dude who stole his artwork. Did you hear about this, Kelsey?
I don't know anybody you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I'm going to educate you.
Okay, Shane Davis. Okay, he's a what?
He's a monkey in the zoo. He's an artist, Kelsey. He's one of your peers. Shane Davis drew. Right now, he's drawing Metal Men with Dan DiDio as writer. He drew Superman Earth 1. There's a moment where Kelsey searches. By the way, I watch a lot of these like body language shows. And when somebody does this, when you're talking to them and they do this, or when they're just talking and they look away, they're searching their memory banks. That's what that is. That just means I'm looking. Most people will look away like this for a little while because they're trying to come up with facts. Like, okay, yeah, I get. Kelsey just goes like this, real quick.
There's nothing there.
Scan of his memory, and there's nothing there.
There's absolutely nothing.
He's like, I checked my brain. Took 1 second. There's nothing there. Kelsey,
watch. Ask me what day it is.
What day is it today, Kelsey?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I didn't have to look. Like I have no idea what day it is. I think it's Monday because I got mail today. I got mail today, so it's probably.
I got mail-in today.
Did you join the mail-in list for Graveyard Shift 3?
I am. I'm going to. I didn't know that was a thing. Definitely want that.
You want to be alerted to what John's doing. A lot of people do.
Just in case he's trying to sneak up on me. I want to be alerted.
Yeah. A lot of police task forces want to be alerted to what John Malin is doing, and so they should do what I did and join the John Malin Graveyard Shift mailing list, the mail-in list. The mail-in list. It's a pun.
I get it. It's clever.
It is clever. It's very.
John's a clever guy.
Yeah. Jawbreakers. Haven't even gone through one of these. Jawbreakers Grand Bazaar graphic novel. The origin of the team, the origin of the team on and under the battlefields of Afghanistan. Oh, that's the thing, because there's a bazaar. You know what
they say? Write what you know.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's why I write about polygamy and cults. Now look, okay. Here, Zack is writing about an underground bazaar. I went to a bazaar when I was 5 years old in Provo, Utah, and I thought about it for the rest of my life. They had a gigantic fish tank thing. You know, there's stuff for kids to do. It's an outdoor kind of fair. And for $1, you could. They gave you a fishing pole with a magnet on it, and you could throw your fishing pole over the side of this cardboard wall, and then pull out a prize. I don't know if it was $1. It was probably much less than that. This was 1978.
A prize like a fish?
No, it wouldn't be a fish. It'd be a little toy or a comic book. And I did. I received a Superman comic book. And that changed my life. I loved it. And I always wanted to go back, and I was like, can I go fishing again? And my dad said, sure, son. He was really happy. He took me fishing for real. That fucking sucked.
Yeah, it does. Hey, wait. I want to talk about the Superman comic. Which one was it?
I have no way of knowing. It would have been from 1978. I think it was actually a Justice League comic book with Superman on the front. But I mean, I didn't, I didn't keep track of numbers or anything like that. I just put silly putty on them, Was it like John Byrne? When did he do those? Those are the 80s, right? That was the 80s. Oh, look, it's Zack.
Hey,
Zack.
All right.
Hey, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I'll see how long this lasts.
Okay. It's
transmitting from the moon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are, Zack, as long as you're here.
Hey, say Tranquility Bay 2, the Eagle has landed.
Zack, congratulations on Jawbreakers Grand Bazaar. This is the third Jawbreakers. What gave you this particular idea for an underground, creepy ass demonic bazaar?
Well, I did. Did I accidentally release the same book twice? So this is quite different from Expendables Go to Hell, even though it is kind of a hell-like environment. So back in Afghanistan, specifically on Kandahar airfield, they would have bazaars like once a week, and literally everything on the earth you could find there. It was absolutely insane, especially since all of that stuff had to get checked by the MPs coming in. You're like, what? Is this a trap? Like, is CID gonna so they would sell you like swords you weren't allowed to take on patrol or take home. They would just sell anything there, and it was really crazy. And I'm pretty sure half of those guys were in the Taliban. But yeah, I just became like really interested in bazaars, so I started to think about this bazaar that would kind of pop up like Xanadu or something like that, and all the weird things that would happen there.
I ran into a similar place in Tijuana.
Well, Zack, today is May 4th. It's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.
Oh, Jesus.
What does that mean to you, Zack?
I don't know. It's like a bad pun that was like funny for 2 seconds 8 years ago.
It's not funny anymore.
It's a holiday now.
Oh my gosh, these Star Trek is my favorite.
Well, I mean, Zack, this is why I was asking. Rise of Skywalker had a bizarre scene, and I want to know how much of an influence, Rise of Skywalker had on this book, and it had a bizarre scene.
Oh yeah, they did. Wait, no, did they have a bazaar in there?
Of course, yes. Remember, and that's where they ended up running from the stormtroopers, who we found out they could fly. So
no, I thought that was a rave.
No, it wasn't. It was a bazaar. They had a big, bazaar. You don't, Zach. You didn't even watch the
spent
movie.
half of that movie laughing like Robert De Niro in Cape Fear, like just laughing. My favorite part was when Rey and Kylo Ren got in a forced tug of war, and then they blew up a ship. Like whoopsie boopsies.
Chewie.
And then the worst writing in the history of writing. They're like, oh no, he was on another ship that we didn't see. Yeah, it's just like, you killed some other people, not Chewbacca. Don't worry.
Well,
who are like the space ranchers taking their space cows to market in that ship that they killed everyone in?
Oh shit! I didn't think about that. That's.
She's
like, oh, thank God, Chewie's alive. Oh, I wonder what are those other 100 people in that.
I haven't seen this movie.
Okay, don't watch this movie. You don't have to see it. You think that's what that was? Those were just festival folks bringing their prize pig to market, and
it was. They just did it like, oh, Chewbacca's in the other one. Like, well, who was in the one where you killed everyone?
Wow, yeah, they didn't answer that question. They never answered that question, did they? That's sad.
God, it's a great movie.
So May the 4th is actually when you memorialize the people killed by Rey when she wanted to play tug of war.
So this is so no influence from Star Wars. That's probably good news for this crowd. Star Wars had new Star Wars had no influence on Jawbreakers Grand Bazaar. That's great news.
Actually, there is one character that, not new Star Wars, but do you remember the shape-shifting assassin from Attack of the Clones?
Yes.
There's one character who kind of has that type of costume. That's it.
So kind of influenced.
Little bit.
Zach, this chick, man, like I can't take my eyes off her. She looks freaking awesome. This kind of Cobra girl. Like, where did that design come from? Like, what was your thought with that?
So I used to live in the Bay Area, and they in San Francisco in Hayes Valley, they have this statue of no, it's this statue made out of like found metal objects. So it's this female that's like, I don't know, it's like 15 feet tall, and I'm just like, I think it's the coolest thing I ever saw in my life. So when I saw that, I said that's going to be the antagonist in the next Jawbreakers book.
Wow. Yeah, because that is like a killer design.
Great design. Did you sketch it out, or is this something that?
No, I just sent Aaron the pictures of this statue, and I said, obviously, you got to make it different.
Does it have a name or anything that we could look it up, or?
I just put like Metal Lady, Hayes Valley, San Francisco. I don't know, statue.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a nice design. I saw that and went, wow, that's an actual like great looking villain. I hope Zach, I hope you don't kill her in this book, but don't spoil it.
This is what I'll say. The power levels of every other person they've gone up against, which is giant apes and someone who wanted to become a god, they're like nothing compared to her. This person can like wink out a star.
Whoa. Wow. People have questions in the chat. People say, Mr. Biggins is here. He says Zach is calling in from the desert. Hello, Mr. Biggins. Good to see you there. Stan Hooper says, are there backups or is it just one story?
Yeah, it's going to be a stretch goal. I just kept that secret, but yeah, we already got a backup that's going to be used as a stretch goal.
Okay. Do you have any idea when that stretch goal is going to hit?
Probably when things slow down. I'll announce it.
Oh,
things are really slow.
You don't have like a set number that you need to hit?
No. Just whenever things slow down, it'll be like the next logical number.
Okay, all right. At the moment, things are going pretty good. Every time I refresh it, let's get it to 57,000. The next backer is going to get it to 57,000. Thank you guys for backing this tonight. Appreciate you. Grand Bazaar book and pinup. That's the featured perk for $25. We got a variant cover. That's going to be your cover, right?
Yes.
Got God King book and pinup. So if you didn't read God King, then you can get it here. This is a good idea. And then you're actually making these cloth masks.
Yeah.
this is, I mean, you know, we're going to look back on the 20s. You know, everybody's wearing these like masks on their faces. Like it's such a weird. Who could have predicted this? Who could have predicted this is where we would be in the 2020s, walking around with surgical masks on our faces just to interact with each other and buy groceries.
Well, I want you to imagine this.
Okay.
You go into a whatever pizza place, and you walk in and you see a guy with a mask saying, "Give me everything you've got." A year ago, it would have been a robbery. Now it's just a guy who wants a supreme pizza.
Wow. I mean, that is where we are right now. That is the state of the world. You know, the thing about it is, I was thinking about this today. I was like, even if, let's say, Trump just says, "Hey, business as usual," how long is it going to take for everything to actually return back to normal? Like people actually are used now to accustomed to staying away from each other. For, you know, it's like, from what I understand, it's like, you know, the influenza of like 1918. It took 3 years for people to sort of want to congregate again. I mean, think about that. Like, how many people are just gonna, hey, let's go to Six Flags again? You know what I mean? That's gonna take a long time for all this stuff to straighten out. Like, we really
not in my town.
Really?
My town was down for like a couple of days and they got right back to it. They were like, the hell with this. And like, they're out there. I got caught in traffic today. I'm one of them. I'm out there like an idiot. They didn't wait. They didn't wait at all.
Are you shaking hands with people? And, you know,
no, everybody's doing a pretty good job staying away from each other, but you know, not really. I mean, you'll be like trying to get through an aisle at the store and there'll be a whole group of people like they haven't seen each other in years, stopping in the middle of the aisle with their mask pulled down, like talking to each other. "Oh, so how's so-and-so that I saw like a week ago?" You know?
Yeah.
Like, and I just go to the next aisle. I'm like, no way.
Well, we got news today that school in New Jersey is not reopening like this not calendar year, this school year. And Andrew and I are dying. We're just like, oh my God, we got to get these kids out of here. Got to get them out. I mean, no offense if you're listening up there. We love you, but get the hell out. I mean, go do something. We need some private.
They need to build an immunity to this thing because it's going to stick around. So we need to develop children with strong immunity to this thing. So get them out there.
Yeah. You know, so New Jersey's just crazy. New York is even worse. But again, this goes along with my lifestyle already, as it is. All right, so look, Devil Dog cloth mask, get that. Get the dog tags as well. Get the 2-pack. Get both covers here. You know, get the both covers combo pack. What is that?
That is the main and the variant.
Well, it says Grand Bazaar 2-pack and then both covers 2-pack.
Grand Bazaar 2-pack would just be the main one twice, and then both covers would be both covers. The 2-pack is mainly like for overseas, where they're like, "Oh, geez, it's costing me so much." I'm like, "Sorry, that's what it costs." But an extra book is not much more. So you find a friend in the same area and then you split it.
It's a good idea.
No, I thought the 2-pack was like for rappers,
like 2-pack, right?
Yeah,
2-pack Shakur, I believe.
Speaking of 2-packs, I actually got to see Iron Sight's Two Psychos, the book, today.
Ooh,
oh, that's nice.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks freaking great. I went through a whole bunch of trials with moire patterns on so we had to redo the entire print file, but it came out looking good.
Is it better than the first one? Is it you matching it?
Well, the funny thing is that I kind of misremembered the first one. Like, I remember there being a lot of zipatone in the first one, but there's actually a lot of gray tones in there. It's a real mix and match. Whereas the second one, it's all the gray is now it's been switched from zipatone to like kind of like gray digital wash, and it actually looks a lot better. And I finally got I got 2 reviews on reading, and people are saying it's both better than the first Iron Sights, which actually had really good reviews for the story.
Oh, that's great, man. I can't wait. Can't wait to get Iron Sights.
Yeah, everyone should have that in America, you should have it within a couple of days.
Wow, shit.
You're improving.
Yeah, Zach, I heard some people talk about how you're moving towards doing books monthly. Is that on your mind right now?
Yeah, well, books usually, and then other things, but I'm thinking about every 6 weeks. That's why I've kind of been calming down the promotion, because I'm just gonna wear everyone out. It was like I'm gonna have a new thing like every 6 weeks, so it's more like chill, and we'll get it, and get me on the next round. I'm also gonna be massively overprinting from now on, because I've been selling out of even overprinting. I'll overprint by 750, 1,000, but then I sell through. And the main price of printing is getting the press rolling again. So it'll be like, hey, I'll get you eventually. I'm going to keep promoting this stuff.
Yeah, printing a comic book is very inexpensive. I mean, it's not about people go, how much did it cost to make that comic? Not very much. Actually printing a comic book is cheap. It's actually producing a comic book. It's that's where the time and the money comes from. But once you've got the presses rolling, you might as well overprint a certain degree. You do want to keep the collectability. I will tell you this about your idea, Zach, about not promoting just because you're coming out more frequently. I never heard Stan Lee take that attitude, and he had 17 books a month.
Yeah, at the beginning of every video, I'm going to promote. But the like multi-hour live streams, and that's probably going to like chill, because I'm just going to exhaust people. I mean, literally every single month there's another campaign for like the rest of the year.
Okay, that's cool, but I still think you should promote it. Multi-hour live streams, at least pop in here like you're doing right now. Promote Jawbreakers, Grand Bazaar, the graphic novel. This is look at it. It says your 10th campaign, man. Let me just check this here. You've made 1.3, not to brag,
wow,
$1.3 million so far on Indiegogo.
Man, can I have a grant?
Is that Kelsey?
Yeah.
I'm driving. I'm surprised Kelsey's even in here. He's like,
we're all shocked.
Every time I talk to someone, they're like, so Kelsey turned in a page. He's kind of like the little the Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves song.
Yeah.
By Cher. Everyone goes to his tent at night. He's working on like 8 different books. I don't know how he does it. All of them are good.
Well, I'm glad he's here. What's funny? Kelsey's here, and now Cecil's not here. Cecil is supposed to be on this stream.
So what you're saying is they're the same person?
I mean, it seems like maybe possibly. There's some connection, because Kelsey's never on the Jack show when Cecil's there. And here we are. This is an opportunity to, wow, wait a second. It would literally be, we could have the Zack show, I guess.
Oh.
Or are Cecil and Kelsey each other's snuffleupagus?
What do you think of that? Is he your snuffleupagus, Kelsey? Cecil?
I don't know.
We know that Cecil is a master of voices. I mean, he could have a Kelsey voice. So if Kelsey is the real Cecil, and then all we see is Cecil on camera when Kelsey's not, I mean, it could just be some trickery. I mean, we've seen Cecil do some real trickery with his voices. The Smuggler,
is Kelsey
Rocky
Cecil or
Rectum.
Cecil Kelsey? I think Cecil is Kelsey more than Kelsey is Cecil, right?
We see you. That's the real you. That's the real Cecil right there with no mask.
Wait, let me take this beard off.
Right, exactly.
A snuffleupagus is a friend of yours that always disappears when you say he's there. So everyone, like, do you remember the 70s Sesame Street?
Yeah,
yeah.
They were always like, Big Bird, you're a lying piece of shit. He's like,
That's what they said.
Ron Barrett for $5. Any idea where I can find a copy of that first Jawbreakers book? I missed that campaign.
This is what's so confusing to me. I know, Ethan, I know you do a lot of eBay stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you track that. My assumption was, I think like 16,000 copies of Lost Souls were produced over 2 campaigns. My assumption was there was going to be 1 million on the secondary market, and then people are like, yeah, I see one for 75 and one for 100. I don't understand that, because to me there should be like in half price books and eBay there should be lots, but
there aren't.
Yeah.
There just aren't that many. This is my eBay store here. So let me look up Jawbreakers. Let's see. we got one for $95. Here's a good deal. You can get both, the first one and the second one, for 60. Well, it's an auction. First bid is $60. Here's a copy for $99, a copy for $425. Yeah, $425, and that's it. I mean, look, you've got four. If I were somebody, I would come and bid on this one right here and try to snatch this. This ends in 4 days. This is going to get up there. I would buy this one right here. I'd buy this one for $95 or best offer. They're hard to get, guys. You know, this is the thing. What are you going to do? People who have them are hanging on to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's retained its value and then some. So get with it and you know, absolutely grab a copy of Jawbreakers. Grab a copy of this new one. Here's your chance to get on board. This is the prequel comic to the other two, so it's okay to read this one first. Yeah. Jawbreakers Grand Bazaar graphic novel, the origin of the team on and under the battlefields of Afghanistan. Links in the description. Don't miss out this time. $57,272.
Oh, and I got an exclusive for you. I didn't even announce it. This book is going to be the first appearance of Luna in continuity.
The dog?
Yeah, the dog's going to be. It's Hell Priest dog. It's seeing eye dog.
Luna is a seeing eye dog. Is it Luna?
Yeah, well, it's a fake. He doesn't need a seeing eye dog, but he's blind, so people, this is my seeing eye dog. They're like, really, a boxer?
Yeah, I would say.
It stands there and watches, just looks.
Yeah.
I'm looking for you, boss. It's not the best kind of seeing eye dog, but people will be happy to see Luna. And that's great, man. This is cool. All right, so this is Grand Bazaar. We'll check back on it in a minute. These are the other books we're promoting tonight. Fragaboom's Black Flag Pineapple Perception.
Nice.
Runaway hit here, 93,000. This book is going to hit 6 figures soon. I'm watching a couple of Comicsgate books pretty carefully. Black Flag is one. The other one is Vestige, which I did the cover for. It is sitting at $92,691 right now. It's trickling upwards. But I need this book and this book to get to 6 figures because that top 25 chart is slowly becoming filled with just.
It is good. That is like, I was even thinking like, this is it's kind of grim, but for me, like war was like kind of an adventure until people started getting killed. So it's like it's a war now. Like it's a tough competition. Your friends are your competitors too. And getting even into the top 25, it's going to be clawing. It's going to be out there. Hey, you're my buddy. Shake hands. But boy, soon it's going to be 150,000 to get into the top 25.
Yeah, we got David Smith who's spamming the same message in the chat, so I'll read it. He says, Zach, you are off Twitter and don't promote outside your channel. You are gradually falling out of the public consciousness. You need to promote once a week on someone else's stream. I tell him that all the time, David. He doesn't listen to me. You hear what he just said? I'm going to put out books more frequently and do no promotion. That's what Zach just said. He doesn't listen. All right. So, but that's true, Zach. You do need to actually promote the books regularly.
But this blows my mind that like people like Cecil and Dan Freka, first crowdfunding 6 figures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine that? My first was like $2,000 way back in the day.
Well, it's the promotional network of Comicsgate. I mean, here's the thing. If you are on all of these shows, people are aware of you. That's how to stay. He's talking about the public consciousness. That's how to stay in people's minds.
Well, and he is Fragaboom, for God's sake. I mean, right? Don't people remember him?
People remember a lot of comic book professionals who launch crowdfunding campaigns that don't do as well as this.
I've got some people like hitting me up, and maybe they're hitting you up as well, and they're on the bubble and they're nervous. They're like, I'm doing this, but I'm scared of what my friends are like. If you're scared of your friends, I don't think they're your friends. Like, are they putting money in your pocket? Like, really great guys. Where if you saw their name, you're like, oh, I remember that guy. Yeah, cool. And then you see they've all gotten better. Because a lot of them went over to movies and TVs and animation where you really got to, it's not like comics where you can just like vote the same as your editor and get jobs. Like you really got to deliver over there.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who are considering coming over and hanging out, doing crowdfunding, declaring Comicsgate and just being a part of the whole circus over here. And that is the thing. I mean, there's a very strange amount of terror, I would say. I mean, you don't want to overstate things because then people say that, you're being silly, but yeah, SJWs have terrorized the comic book industry.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you have to do the same. Like that guy you've heard of will email me. He's like, hey man, I'm listed for your, like, first thing, please don't talk about me. It's like, okay, yeah, I won't say your name, then no problem. He's like, if it ever gets out that I even talked to one of you guys, I'll never get work again. And then their next thing is, all the work dried up last year, because the whole industry collapsed. So it's like,
there's nothing there.
I don't mean to laugh, but that,
Well, I mean, Kelsey,
even Warren Ellis. I saw Warren Ellis. He has his blog or whatever, and he basically said he had all these plans to come back to comics regular, and it all just evaporates. It's all good. Even Warren Ellis is basically saying, "I'm just staying in TV. This whole thing is broken."
As if TV's doing, or is Hollywood's doing any better?
Kelsey, is he frozen?
Well,
it's a muscle cramp.
Is that how he's been pulling the Cecil Act off all this time?
Well, I mean,
real quick, Flake 452 said, Ethan changed the title to Jerk Show. John, Ethan, Richard, Kelsey.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, this is the thing. Like, the television is going to bounce back. It will. Comics, I don't think will. I think once comics start hitting the floors again, we got about 3 months before the direct market just collapses. It's DC Comics kind of has the right idea. DC Comics has 2 new distributors. They're kind of walking away from Diamond. But, the reason why DC is doing that, I believe, this is my assumption. I've mentioned this to other people who have kind of said, yeah, that kind of makes sense, is I think AT&T has given them an ultimatum. They've said, we're going to give you a review at the end of the year and see how you did. And then, I mean,
they can't ride the pine in, 2 games of that season. They got to be out there at least getting, line drives every single game.
That's exactly. I thought you didn't do sports analogies. But
I was so nervous the whole time. I was like, I'm going to screw this up. I kept it real T-ball, and then I didn't get out of my league, no pun intended.
Yeah. Tippy Tail McKitty says, breathe and read super chats. Okay, all right. For goodness sakes. Let me read some super chats really quick. People are just like, hey, we want to say things to Zack while he's here. So,
Rockstar.
Yeah, of course.
I got a new router. It wasn't the internet, it was the router.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So you basically have no excuse anymore. Is what you're saying. All right.
I'll come up with some, but technically I don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get you in here. Let me see. Super chats. I'm going to read them backwards, in backwards order, so that whoever wants to say something to Zack. Antoine Dennison says, Meyer, you're the friggin' gold standard for accountability in the crowdfunding space. Keep it up. That's nice. Mazamonti says, coming to the USA very soon, the giant Asian murder hornet. Cyberfrog, save us. The world needs you now more than ever. Hail, Mazamonti. I love the murder hornet. Absolutely love the murder hornet.
That's going to be a character, right?
Well, you know what I'm going to do is this isn't too big of a spoiler. It's just a thing to say. But I've decided that is what humans are going to call the Vespis, because the humans don't know what they're called. Cyberfrog has to tell them, no, they're called the Vespis. They're from this planet.
Well,
this is. But for 20 years, they've been calling them murder hornets.
I mean, the murder hornet could be like the Boba Fett of the Vespas. Like the one badass, like the murder hornet.
Murder hornet
ninja, yeah.
Well, that would be Rumblebee, but no, just in general, like this species, they're just going to call them murder hornets. It's just to tie it to modern day and everything. I thought that would be kind of cool. Adam,
Rumblebee, have you ever seen that Bumblebee movie from last year or so?
No, I heard it was good though. Actually,
Okay, I quit 10 minutes in, but the first 10 minutes is like the coolest thing you ever see. It's all the Transformers, their classic looks, awesome 3D animation, and then it becomes some like Disney Channel movie. You're like, okay, I'm out.
That's exactly it, man. That first part, that first like, what is that's only 5 minutes at most, right?
Yeah, it's not even 10. It literally is like 5 minutes.
That's
well, then there's
everybody wants to see.
Yeah. So, well, they had a good fight between the Starscream and Bumblebee, and then he lost his voice box, and then it turns into a Disney Channel movie.
let's see. College of the Dead ends in 2 days on Indiegogo, says Adam Post. College of the Dead. Tricosta says, I haven't received my Rumblebee card. I sent my info on 420. Last of the Rumblebee cards went out today, I believe. I mean, I know that a bunch went out today. I think that's the last of them. So you just didn't get yours yet, but you will soon. Ron Barrett
Everyone's getting so good at voice acting. Like you just did a character.
When I was reading that, yeah.
You didn't just say so and so said their stuff. Is like you said so and so says I didn't get my card. I ordered on. Like you did some improv.
Well, I mean, look, it's radio, Zach. You gotta, you want to add
theater of the mind.
100%. You got to add a little color. It's color, Zach. You add color to your voice when you're reading this stuff, and you imagine the concern. Yeah. Let's see. Number one Marvel fans. Oh wait, I read that one. All right. Number one Marvel fan says, I'm backed every book out by Comicsgate guys that you promote. Been getting many new backers every day, but I don't use a thing that shows how many. Don't expect anything. You guys winning is enough. Okay, I don't know what that means, number one Marvel fan, but thank you for your support because you're a retailer. I know that you are definitely a huge supporter of Comicsgate. Big Pun says, John, are we going to have an opportunity to purchase the previous books or an omnibus?
For Graveyard Shift, yeah. Every campaign, I will always have the previous volumes built in. I don't know if they'll be individual volumes or if they'll be combined. Not enough issues for an omnibus yet, but yeah, we'll be getting there, definitely.
This is interesting. Tatooine says, convince Jim Lee to draw Charity Cyberfrog yet? Jim Lee steadfastly refused in the sense that, his excuse was, hey, I'm only drawing DC Comics characters because it's for a thing. Now, the email address that I was writing to pretended to not be Jim Lee. But then I sent my PayPal to that address, and it was to James Lee. I'm pretty sure that's...
What were you paying for?
I bought the Atrocitus sketch that he did.
How much was that?
$4,000 something.
But you were offering $20,000 to draw
Cyberfrog. Yeah, you bet.
Why? That's a weird flex. Why did you just jump from 4 to 20,000?
Because 20,000 was what was slightly more than his most expensive auction garnered. So I can't just say, hey, I'll give you another 4,000 was cheap for because who wants Atrocitus except for me? But for me to say,
I thought that was the popular Green Lantern character.
Atrocitus? No, Green Lantern is. Atrocitus is a Red Lantern. I don't even think he's being used anymore, but
I thought he was going to be in that TV show.
He better be, Jeff. He better be, Jeff, if you're listening. Anyway, no, I said, look, does it have to be more than 20,000? He didn't write back. So, there's not going to be a sorry, but it was fun just to ask him. Tippy Tail McKitty says, John, my DS called us scrotum heads.
We were also called dicks, dedicated individuals committed to kill.
Carbon Water Calcium says Cecil's Rainbow Brute coming soon. No, it's not Cecil's. It's mine. Mark C says, watch the Joe Rogan that mentioned your boy Zack. Oh, Zack, have you talked about that yet?
I think so.
Yeah, you got a nice mention on the Joe Rogan show from some dude, and Joe Rogan knew who you were. He's like, yeah, I followed that guy. It's fun to watch normal people talk about Comicsgate because you don't have to love comics to understand that we're right and those people are lunatics. The people who, the SJWs in comics. Did you get a good feeling when you saw that your mention? Like, how did you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I had it described like 50 times before I saw it, so it was just they stumble over my name for like 2 minutes, and then there's 2 minutes of. But my favorite part was when they have the shot of Joe Rogan, you know, just his face, he's looking at a TV, but then they do the screen within a screen. So they pop up with Safe Space and Snowflake, and you literally see like the realization and then the horror and then the laugh. And then he's just like, everyone has the same reaction to Snowflake and Safe Space. And that was the last thing Marvel did before they were destroyed. The 80 years of publishing, and that was their Mosquito and Amber.
Well, I mean, Zach, it's a little bit like the bad guy in a Terminator movie sinking into the lava, and his hand is still outstretched, reaching, and then the last thing he does before he sinks below is turn his wrist around and do this at the camera. Just give a finger, and then the finger descends below the lava. That was Marvel's Safe Space and Snowflake. Like, we're going down, but fuck you, fuck you. Just an
My favorite part is when that guy calls Safe Space. He's a typical jock. He's like, are you kidding me?
I mean, they're just taking the piss left and right. That guy was hilarious. But look, Marvel knew what they were doing. I think Marvel was fully aware of what they're doing. Did you see the video where they're explaining they have some fat redhead? I'm sorry, some beautiful redheaded lady.
Yeah, somebody sent it to me. I put it in my save later. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow or the next day. So I've been doing not like voices, but doing little like cutesy pie fake phrases. Like they all talk to each other. SJWs always talk to each other like they're babysitting each other.
Mm-hmm.
So like they know comic book readers are like 25 to 45, and they're like, "Hi, do you read comics?" And then they're like it's so like just degrading to like I'm 27 and I'm in law school. Like, why are you talking to me like I'm an idiot?
Can I just spiral at you for a moment?
Yeah. Did you see that clip of Gail, like after she's like, "Hey, you did everything I said. You're gonna graduate from my class. Yay!" Like one of the war campaigners clipped Gail just going, "Yay!" at the camera, and it's just like, holy fuck. When you see that just clipped from her normal patois, you're just like, these people are insane. They talk to each other like they're they want to be spoken to like they're still in kindergarten. And they also, at the same time, want to be the one speaking like a kindergarten teacher to each other. These people are absolutely goddamn insane. I do not understand them at all.
What was that thing from the 60s? Was COINTELPRO where FBI would pretend to be like hippies and get into organizations?
That's like 21 Jump Street, but yeah, it's the same.
No, yeah, they're like, it feels like this idea was injected. Like some older, I don't know, Jim Starlin just got sick of him, and he's like, "Hey, I heard the new thing is we all talk to each other like babies." And they're like, "Oh, what these? Oh, yummy numbers!" Like they're about to start doing like Zoom patty cake sessions.
It is that's how I don't understand. What is that? Why do they do that? What is that phenomenon? Why do they talk to each other? What is that? Can you explain that, Zach?
It's people with no friends imagining how people with friends talk to each other.
You think that's what it is? I mean, it's like they infantilize each other because, well, I mean, know
what I think it might be, because they're so offended by every fucking thing. They got to talk really gently to each other to make sure.
We're babies.
Yeah.
I'm not a threat to you, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
People are blaming Joss Whedon in the chat. By the way, if somebody wants to tweet
Joss Whedon is like John Wayne compared to your average. That was not an exaggeration. She literally is like, "You graduated. Here's your diploma. Yay!" It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, stop.
Platinum Robo says, "You talk to Gail all the time, Ethan." Yeah, but when I talked to Gail, she didn't talk like that. In private, Gail is a cruel and manipulative human being.
Well, there's your other answer for the most petty, vindictive, malicious people. I'm a nice baby. Like they're always saying things. The gatekeepers are always telling like things like Star Wars is for everyone. Says the gatekeeper. Like you don't think of saying that unless you're a gatekeeper. Would you say, I don't know, like, what would you say? Raiders of the Lost Ark is for everyone. Yeah, maybe if you used to, edit that comic and you were like viciously gatekeeping it. Like, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something to that. I mean, I think that's what it is. It's like, you're overselling yourself as something other than what you are. To just be like, I'm as innocent and wonderful. This is the same thing that like white knights do, like sexual predators, all behave very effeminately towards women because they want to say, I wouldn't rape you. That's how they are. They're like, I'm sexually harmless. I'm inert.
I wonder if that would work.
It doesn't work. Claymore, I tell this all the time. When I'm talking to other guys on here, I'm just like, don't ever listen to SJWs about how to talk to women. They'll never do it. I talked to B. Claymore about. I said, no, if you're trying to fuck a girl, you should kind of let her know that's what you're trying to do. And she'll let you know right away if she's interested or not. It's the same thing I'm telling Zach about.
Yeah, they dial 911.
You don't say, I'm trying to fuck you, but you say, you know what? I'm into you. I want to spend a little time with you. I want to take you to the movies. And she'll look at you and say it with your eyes, which is like this.
Well, that's what I do.
And see what happens. But B. Claymore one time told me, Zach, he was like, that's not what you do. First, you be her friend. You have to be her friend, and then eventually you ask her out. And it's just like, no, you are being a liar when you do that. When you place yourself in the position of her penisless girlfriend, that's who you are to her. And then when you suddenly kind of jackknife into, I want to grab your vagina, she's gonna feel betrayed and infuriated. You actually have to say to her, like, be a man, ask her to dinner, ask her out on a date, make it clear what your intentions are. But SJWs cannot do that. They cannot be forthright and straight about what they're trying to do. So instead, they try to be cute.
What if I gave her a diploma from baby college?
Yay! So yeah, you're trying to be cute, and you're trying to put people off of what your real intentions are. Like we're trying to cruelly subjugate, you Fandom. We're trying to gatekeep normal people from comics, and we're trying to destroy them. Yay! Aren't we cute? It's. I think that must be what it is. I think we're gonna try to work this out. I think if we talk it through, we'll figure out why they do this a little bit more in more detail. But they all infantilize each other while being incredibly cruel to other people. I see them using this phrase all the time. You're a shitty person. Shitty. You're shitty. The word shitty. I mean, it's like it's so effeminate, but it's just like, what a horrible thing to say to another person. You're a shitty person. When did we start saying that? Like, what? Who says that to? Who writes off another human being like that? Like, there's no redemption for you.
My great grandmother.
Your grandma.
My great grandmother used to she would just sit at the window, and somebody would go jogging by, and she'd go, "Oh, that's just shitty. She's just a shitty person." She was so just mean.
I have no problem writing people off.
Over time, I write people off too. Mark Alcatraz reminds us of the phrase "garbage human," which is another thing, like a garbage human.
Speaking of garbage human, I remember the first time I heard that was Anita Sarkeesian like 5 years ago at some convention. I think it was Sargon of Akkad. He was there. And she's like, he's a garbage person, like on the stage. I'm not a video game guy. I don't know if anyone here is a video game guy. It still blows my mind that studio hired her as a consultant like 6 years after she was relevant to destroy their big release for the year. That's insane to me.
That whole story is such a trip.
Well, that's
just going down hard.
So they're like, so let's kill the characters from the previous iteration of the series. And then I think it was a Dan fan or someone. Somebody did a collage of all of the the current female versions of like established characters, and every single one is Carl Manford. Every single one.
Carl Manverse. I forgot about Carl Manverse. There you go. There's 2017 for you. I want so these women who come in here, and I've been having to explain Comicsgate because a lot of new people are coming over here, trying to explain what Comicsgate is to them and its origins and why it happened. And to me, I personally, I blame Gail as the original, SJW to sort of, she was the entryist.
Yeah, she's like the, I don't know, like she was the point of infection. Everyone that we're dealing with right now, they're like her little hatchlings.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is they want to open the doors for more of themselves, and Gail's Women in Refrigerators column in the 90s really was. I mean, that's kind of how they work. So, what they do, what SJWs, and mostly these are feminists because people can relate to women, people are concerned about women. That's something that everybody can kind of understand. It's easy to sell. It's an easy sell. You're abusing women is something that we go, fuck, we don't want to abuse women. What are you talking about? So, Gail Simone has this thing, Women in Refrigerators, where she writes a column about how superheroes are using women as kind of, or these stories have women being brutalized to motivate the male protagonist. And, ironically, she points to Ron Mars's classic issue of Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern, where Major Disaster cuts up Kyle Rayner's girlfriend and refrigerates her body parts, and Kyle opens the refrigerator, and oh my God,
what
and now
is it with DC characters and refrigerators? Does Rorschach jump out of one?
What is it with Gail and refrigerators? That question answered. Women in refrigerators.
I got nothing after that.
Gail, get out of my refrigerator, Gail.
That was too easy.
Yeah, I know. Why didn't anybody say that back then? But in any case, that was the thing. So Gail's saying, look, women are being mistreated. This is the same thing that Anita Sarkeesian did to gain power in video games.
Jason is over there with like his brains on a crowbar. He's like, yeah, women have it so hard. They really do.
Well, this is the thing. It's generally like, hey, we have a hero. We've got Batman. We've got Green Lantern, and their loved one, whoever their loved one is. And Batman's loved one, unfortunately, thank you, Frederick Wordham, is Robin. So, brutalizing Robin is the equivalent of women. It's not just a sex thing. It's not sexual. It's not sexist. It just is.
Has anyone ever had a ward in real life? Like, why would you have a ward? Things from like the 1920s. Oh, if you got a ward.
What is a ward?
It's like, it's not adopted, but you're in charge of the kid.
Oh.
Guardian.
Sex slave.
Yeah.
What? No.
Not a sex slave. I mean, that's not,
I'm trying to understand.
You're trying to put it in terms that I can relate to.
But you know who else was the problem? Not only like the Gail Simone types, is I still remember this artist that I love, Raphael Albuquerque. I love his stuff. And he did that Batgirl where Joker was drawing a blood smile on her face.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they're like, this symbolizes right. And then, like, he did this beautiful piece of work. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, it wasn't the editor who said take it down. I asked for it to be taken down. It's like, why? This is just, like you said, a hero's, a loved one, or ally in peril. This is a classic thing. It's been done a million times with men, and you can't do this. And so, and how tiresome, like, we've had 10 years of feminist Harley Quinn and feminist Batgirl. Oh, they're beating up Joker again.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean, it's so easy now, and people do have to open their eyes to it. Men, stop being cucks and letting women tell you what is supposed to entertain you. Stop letting women decide this for you. Comic books has always been, and Kelsey, I'm directing this at you because you.
Yeah, I thought so. I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad.
Yes, stop letting women tell you what's fun and what's entertaining and what launches your imagination. Comic books are allowed to be mostly for men. They're
You hear
allowed
that,
to be.
Anna?
Yeah, Anna. By the way, Anna likes male hobbies. She likes that stuff. So
She likes boobs too. She hooked that Vampirilla up.
Yeah, 100%. But you got women who come in and they just go, everything here is wrong. And then, because of the way guys are and our natural concern for women, we bend over backwards to appease them, stopping doing what we want to do, stopping, and even to the extent of destroying a hobby that we personally enjoy. And then the women come in, these feminists come in, and bye, Zach. And then they absolutely
for them.
they come in and they just kind of undo everything and destroy it, absolutely destroy it. So Anita Sarkeesian did it. They opened the door for other lunatics like them, weirdos, to come in and utterly destroy the thing that you cherished. So we got to put a stop to that. All right, so that was Zach. That was called an Irish goodbye from Zach. Is that racist to call it an Irish goodbye? I got to ask Carlo Rowe.
I'm Irish. I'll let you get away with it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I always wanted to
say
be
Irish.
Irish.
Potato eating drunks. That's racist.
You get an Irish pass today.
Thank you. $57,507, guys. I appreciate Zach coming in here and spending a little time with us while he's on the road. Jawbreakers Grand Bazaar graphic novel. Make sure to support it today. The link is in the description. Dan Fraga's Black Flag Pineapple Perception comic as well. $93,332. We want to pump both of these. Actually, 3 books. We want to get over 100,000. This is one of them. Zack's is the other one. Cash grab. If you haven't backed Cecil yet, please do. Cecil's. Cecil needs us.
He promises he's working.
Is that what he said? Did he say
right? Then he says he's got like at least 5 pages written, right?
Oh, yeah. He said
he's supposed to have the whole thing written, and we told him to give it off to Donald. Like, what are you waiting for, dude?
Well, it's not even that. Like, Cecil didn't even put in his bank digits into the Indiegogo to get paid. Like, this money is sitting there. He's like, well, when are they going to get Cecil? They're not going to come over and put it in your hand. You actually have to put your bank account number into so that they can pay you, so that you can pay Donald. So that was
damn entitled New Yorkers.
Cecil. She Return of the Warrior. It's so out of character for him. He should have been on top of that. Like, the idea is to be greedy, Cecil, not to let people know that you're fine. All right, She Return of the Warrior. Let's see, 86,000. I want to see this one get up to 90,000. Because when it does, we will have more of that top 25 chart. We want to kick out all the campaigns, the Indiegogo campaigns that are not Comicsgate. We want to beat them. We want to dominate the top 25. So She Return of the Warrior getting to 90,000 actually kicks one of those campaigns off of the chart. And if Billy doesn't do it, John Malin will.
Graveyard Shift's going to do it. Project Thundar is going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Might be a tank heist coming down the road too. So.
Tank heist. That's what I wanted to ask Zach. I wanted to say, are you going to let go of Aaron Alfishi for a little while? I don't know if he's immediately working on something else, but he would be good for tank heist.
Yeah, I've checked on his schedule. We'll see. So, but yeah, man, I'm excited. I had to go start digging up the old video where Mike, Huerta, myself, Art, maybe Elliot Fernandez, we were all in the initial conversation for Tank Heist, and there's just a lot of good bits in there. So I'm gonna have to reach out to these guys and see, what all they're gonna want to hang on to. So because the idea of what I wanted to do with it is a lot of it's within other people's kind of field of what they were pitching. So I'm gonna have to reach out to these guys, see if they're willing to let go. Maybe I'll offer them a little bit of cash or something for the ideas.
Yeah, why don't you let him be involved in some way? I mean, I don't know.
Smaller?
Not Mike. No, I mean, absolutely fuck over Mike, but Elliot, those guys, let them be a part of it. And get a piece of it, because I think it's funny, and I do think it's a 6-figure campaign.
Yeah. Well, the question is, I'm not against them getting a little piece of it, but are they gonna contribute Do I get a pound of flesh back in return?
Well, necessarily Elliot drawing it. Oh, Zach just said phone overheated. So okay, yeah, that's why he left suddenly. Anyway,
see, he said he'd have new excuses.
I appreciate it. Like I need to be lied to for my own self-esteem. I appreciate him letting me know that. Vestige number 1, 92,000. This is great, guys. Thank you. This campaign just keeps on moving as we push it towards 100,000. Very happy to see. The book's actually really good. I don't know if you guys have read it yet. But Vestige 1 by Gat Hanzo. Gat can write. Gat's a very good writer.
Mine in PO box. I'm not sure. I got a thing that said that mine was sent like a week ago. So
good. What's going on? Is our stream down?
No. You're good.
Okay. Somebody said, what happened to the stream? What the fuck? It repeated your words 3 times, Ethan, says Art C. That was trippy. Okay. All right. I don't know what happened, honestly. Hopefully we're not, we don't get struck for nonsense. Xenotype Volume 1. This is Liam Gray's campaign. And it's at 48,000. I'm still pushing this. I feel bad because I didn't promote it at all when it was live. I just didn't promote it. So now that it's in demand, I'm gonna give it a little bit of lovins.
Get it now.
Oh yeah, so he kept it in demand. Good job, Liam. I recommended that to him because he was talking about closing it up, and I said, with this many pages, you need to another $10,000-$20,000. Over the months that people are waiting is definitely going to help make it easier on you. So
yeah, no, I'll leave these campaigns in demand up until printing. I mean, I would just leave them in demand. Absolutely. Blade Devil is just rocking and rolling. Look at this. $203,906, getting close to 3,000 backers. This is our boy Raging Golden Eagle. And
$200,000, guys. $200,000. His first book. He did everything right. He built his channel to, I believe, 60,000 plus now. That's right where Richard launched the first Jawbreakers and where Ethan launched the first Cyberfrog. Everybody was at about 60,000 subs.
What does he talk about?
He's a MGTOW, men going their own way. So he's anti-feminist, and that's
what he talks about.
When I check in, sometimes he's talking about that and video games.
So has he got a bunch of like MGTOWs that buy his book?
I don't know.
Or is it like anime fans?
Comicsgate, so a lot of Comicsgaters are buying.
Oh, okay.
But it's Comicsgate, but he's also a part of Weeb Wars, and I think that his book did very well. I made like $8,000 for Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet on his show. So he's got a lot of comic fans over there, but they seem to be more interested in this kind of thing, which is cool.
It's cool. Yeah, look at that.
It's kind of video game, kind of anime.
Cool. Very cool.
And tentacle porn,
Hell yeah.
Whatever you're into, that's great. The point is that he's able to market his comic book to them, and $200,000 does not happen.
Let's hope that I don't know if he does. I hope he does like a full other campaign for a new project or something before.
So this is going to keep going. He's kept it in demand. I would not be surprised to see this thing get to 300,000 by the time he closes it out and prints it. So congrats to Raging Golden Eagle. The book looks great. We love you, pal. And I got to get him on here to talk about MGTOW, men going their own way. It's kind of like, what MGTOW is, like their whole thing. Because I think it's like, and I could be wrong, I think it's like
is it incel stuff?
Like they can't get laid. Oh, yeah. And then MGTOW is like, I don't need that bitch.
Yeah, MGTOW, I think, is kind of like, hey, if we get married, like the laws are going to be kind of, weighed against me as the husband. If we get divorced, like women just take from men, and really, I want to sit around and play video games and keep my money. And I think that's kind of what it is, but I don't, except for the video game.
When they did that little like flash forward of what it would have been like if they never go fuck a donut.
Wow.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, John.
Okay, I got it now. I got it.
People are saying no, the stream is having a meltdown. We've got some problems with the stream. I don't know what's up with that. Hold on a second. Let's see who's in the. Oh, Zach's back. Hey, Zach.
Oh. Hey.
Yeah, your phone melted down, but we're having some issues.
Bayona Rad said you need to get that internet gas.
I don't know if it's me. I feel like I rebooted my internet. Yeah, this is thanks. This is pretty impressive. I'm grateful. We've still got 10 days to go to see where this one lands. $702,685. Executive honeycomb boxes are better and better. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a keychain to everyone's order now. So Zack, I'm making keychains. Criticism that people had, I'm gonna change it.
Castrated.
Yeah. Yeah. People said I said I want to make this into a keychain, and then people said these are going to sever my ball sack if I put this in my pocket. I said, well, I don't want that to happen. So I'll make something flat and metal, like a picture of Cyberfrog, but it's gonna be flat and metal or something like that. And then I'm gonna still make this as a PVC giveaway. Once we get to $775,000, I'll make PVCs of this, like little toys that I'll include in everyone's order. And that's what it's all about. It's like, look, it's $25 for a buy-in. You hear these people talking all the time. You're selling overpriced comics. This is how crowdfunding works. It's not a sale. Asking people to invest in the idea of making a comic book. And that's the whole thing. And for $25, you're investing, and your prize is you get a comic book. That's your perk. That's your reward for helping me make the comic book, right? But the more comic books we sell, the more value we add to your investment. So your $25 investment is paying off big time, because $702,000 is an awful lot of money. So now your $25 is an autographed chromium copy of Wrecked Planet with an extra comic book, a whole separate comic book, 6 trading cards, 2 big fat stickers, and looks like we're going to do and a key ring, a keychain, and eventually a little PVC Cyberfrog toy. That's a lot. That's a good deal.
When you said big fat stickers, you remember puffy stickers?
Yes. Yeah.
I thought you were describing puffy stickers, but you're large but flat.
I'm doing Dazzler stickers.
Whatever happened to Shrinky Dinks?
Shrinky Dinks.
Yeah. You don't know Shrinky Dink?
Yeah,
put them in the oven, they shrink down.
Totally worthless.
They were not investments. They were just fun to do with an oven, because it was the 1970s. They're like, hey kids, do you like ovens? Sure, of course, why not?
Do you want to cook toxic plastic and make it? I mean, that's all it is. I mean, it was the Shrinky Dinks were pretty weird. They don't make them anymore, do they?
Well, that's why it'd be fun if you're a parent. You could, hey, son, daughter, watch me shrink this in the oven.
Yeah.
What about
people are yelling about the stream, by the way. People are yelling at me about the stream and saying it's bad quality. I don't know what to do about it, though. Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales 1 and 2, these reprints of the first 2 appearances of Cyberfrog, kept them in demand. And look at this. Zack, this is the thing about keeping campaigns in demand. It's been 6 weeks since this campaign closed, and it made another $44,000 in that 6 weeks.
I love how my streak of giving you bad advice that you ignore and then go on to massive success, my streak is unbroken. I told you not to call it Unforgettable Tales, and you called it that, and you made $150,000.
Well, you just said call it Unforgettable, and that's just fine. I mean, I considered that. I don't think the title had anything to do with it, but Unforgettable is such a great word anyway. I'm going to keep doing it, though. I'm going to do Unforgettable Tales 3, 4, 5, and 6, which will just reprint, the Harris 4-issue miniseries, and just do kind of a Marvel Tales reprint series.
Are you still doing Rainbow Brute, but you said you're just going to do it once because of the parody laws, or what?
Yeah. We're going to do Rainbow Brute in November, and I'm going to launch it in November, and just do...
Call it Broven.
Brovember?
Brovember.
Bro.
Yeah, everything will be bro in that. Well, I mean, here's the thing.
It's Rainbow, right? Rainbow?
No, Rainbow Brute.
It was Rainbow for a while. I feel like Rainbow is like his Spidey. Instead of calling him Rainbow, you just call him Rainbow.
Zach, everybody is like second guessing and making me freak out. It's a parody. I'm just gonna call it Rainbow Brute. it's a parody. So I'm only going to do it once. I'm going to go for the gusto. I'm calling it what it is. And it's going to be great. I'm just going to do it once. And then we're going to do, I'm going to do Toxic Fairy Tales for Men, which will be called Cool Story Bro. And Cool Story Bro is going to be, it's going to have Rainbow Brood in it. It's going to be a hardcover book. And it's going to have like, it'll have Bro White. Anybody who wants to come and be a part of this and tell a toxically male fairy tale.
Are they still saying toxic? Or I feel like toxic, they don't say it as much anymore.
Oh, they say it all the time. I'm called toxic every day.
Really?
Yeah.
I know the latest one is Neil Gaiman. They tried to cancel him, I believe, yesterday.
They called him toxic?
Toxic.
No,
they
called him a racist. They straight up like, you're a racist.
Oh, like he might have said he appreciated Lovecraft's work. Yeah,
and he's like, well, Lovecraft was a racist, and so are you.
Right. Wow. Everyone is
saying
he
was like, oh, I'm not a racist. No.
Everyone is saying the stream is acting real weird, and I'm watching it on the screen, and it's jumping all around like a Max Headroom cartoon.
Frozen.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I don't know. Maybe I'll quit. Maybe I'll quit the stream. But I do want to tell everyone, let me read the super chats. And I want to tell everybody to please do back Jawbreakers, Grand Bazaar. Thank you guys for doing this and supporting this campaign. $57,589, 1,231 backers. Picked up a lot of love on this stream. Fragaboom's Black Flag Pineapple Perception comic. Is doing great, $93,000. Cecil's Cash Grab, we're dragging him along like an anvil, but what are we gonna do? Return of the Warrior. Let's make sure to grab a copy of this one. This one's a good book, and we love Billy Tucci. Oh, good, you guys are backing it. I appreciate that. Vestige #1, graphic novel by Ro Kabir Kumar, Gat Hanzo, and Donald DeLay. 92,748. Xenotype. Liam Gray.
By the way, I gotta say, if my last name was DeLay, I would purposely be late on every single book. And
I don't know if it's purposeful, but
what did you expect? What are you complaining about?
It's just another Donald delay. Here's Wreck Planet. Thank you guys. Wreck Planet's doing good. Appreciate you all. All right, let me read these super chats. People freak me out when they're talking about the quality of the stream being bad. I'm like, okay, I'll cancel the show. What's up, buddy? Awesome to see you tonight. Congratulations on the book, says #1 Marvel fan. Christopher Arcell says Jimmy Fallon oddly even has his own attraction at Universal Studios. I know he does. It's painful. 200 Watt Studio says, what's up, girls? May the 4th be with you. Queerum says, Uncle E, can you do a quick fan cast of GL Flash X-Men? I don't know what's a fan cast. Loch Ness Yoshi says, yo, $700, we did it. Hail Cyberfrog. Hail also got my Rumblebee card, thanks. That umbrella guy says, sign up for another case of the Littlest Umbrella. That's the sequel that Tug is putting out. Tippy Tail McKitty, Heather Swain with a flamethrower, make it happen. Christopher Arcella says, John, I saw that tweet you post of a fish who had a parasite that ate the fish's tongue and become as it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, that was gross.
Anthony Scott says Safe Space and Snowflake was Marvel's dramatic sachet out. That's an old package. Brain Pulp joined the channel. He's going to get a free Rumblebee trading card. Vince Garrett says, hey, Uncle E, I noticed my Rumblebee card wasn't double backed, so I did it myself. No problem. But when will the Murder Hornet cards be coming out? We're going to ship them out pretty soon. Eddie Winkler says, hope you're doing well. Everyone get on the mailing list for Sovereign Wolf Clandestiny. I'd love for Zack to do a brutally honest review of it when it releases. Have a great night, guys. Socialism is for Figs says, hey, Zack, where's my Jawbreakers 2? Backed last day. Jim Cox says, I'd buy a new printing of Lost Souls for up to $50, but not collector enough to hit up eBay. I likely won't bother with God King or the new one. My 2 cents. Well, that's not nice, Jim. Let's see. Mark C says, Uncle Lee, I was in a Twitter conversation with Paul Dini and his wife Mindy about the murder wasps. I mentioned you and the Vespis and wasn't chased away with pitchforks and torches. I didn't know how to be. Well, Paul Dini's my friend, so
I love Paul Dini. He's so good.
He's a great guy, a super nice guy. Metal Movies and Brewski says sign up for Butch Cleaver on Indiegogo. Frag is in the chat. He says, Zach, congrats and thank you.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Let's see. Check out SOS Onslaught on Indiegogo, covered by Bisley, says Camara. Iron Rider says, hello, some friends of mine are writing a series of Star Wars stories. Here are some hints. The timeline is after the Civil War, and there is a new foe. Snarkticon DM says, Gale is the parasitic worm that swam up the crank of mainstream comics. Harry Six says, it's cool that you like the Rainbow Brute cartoon, but how about you go get Cecil in here so we can hear the opinion of real talent? Cool? Cecil's invited. I don't know where he is. Wiggle Wiggle says, Gale was on Man of Sex's stream earlier. Alex Halo says, RGE raid, oh my God, Zach is here. Inkwell says, all backed. Jawbreakers, Cyberfrog, Black Flag, Cash Grab. Thanks for continuing the great art of comic books in this ever-changing landscape. SnarkCon DM says, my Rumblebee card was put in the holder upside down. How dare you? Eric Weathers says, get ready. Battlebrick Road is launching this Friday. A high-caliber Oz story. Sign up early and get an exclusive trading card.
Excited for that one.
I can't wait for Battlebrick Road. That's going to be fun.
It looks great.
Melissa Irvin says, Murder Hornets, Necro Cradles. Andrew Huerta says, stream keeps freezing on and off. I know, I'm getting off. Mark C says, Uncle E, just curious, are you broadcasting via the internet or UHF? Oh, getting roasted. Apex Comics says, Cyberfrog shot glass at 750,000. Tippy Tail McKitty says, Heather Swain montage to Doll Parts by Hole. Interesting. Thank you everybody for being here. I will call it quits since we're having internet trouble here. Sorry about that. We had a nice stream going there for a while, but what the fuck can you do? You guys have the stream's fine now. Everyone's saying too late. I've already made up my mind to go off and let John Mellon take over. Thank you guys. I will see you again tomorrow with another video. And Zach, Kelsey, John, thank you for joining me tonight.
Always a pleasure.
God bless you.
All right.